Imagine this, you're scrolling online and you see a consultant's ad claiming, come to Canada, study for a year, and you will get a PR in no time. Sounds like a dream, right? It's almost too good to be true. But here's the reality. Thousands of international students are finding themselves in a completely different scenario. Instead of enjoying a smooth PR pathway, they're caught in a storm of skyrocketing expenses, confusing immigration rules, and limited opportunities. So let me ask you this. Are you falling prey to this myth? Are you buying into the idea that studying in Canada guarantees permanent residency? If so, let's dig deeper. I'm here to break down why this narrative is misleading, the challenges it creates, and how to navigate this journey the right way. First, let's understand why this myth is so powerful. It's a simple pitch. Come to Canada, one of the world's most immigrant-friendly countries. Enroll in a short, affordable course, graduate, get a work permit, and PR in just a few months away. It sounds perfect, especially for someone looking for a. But what's the real problem in this? It's never that simple. What consultants don't tell you is that this PR is easy promise comes with a catch. Several, actually. So let's explore those catches together. Let's understand the reality of PR pathways for international students. When you come to Canada as an international student, your journey to PR is influenced by multiple factors, and that includes the program length and work permit limitations. Did you know that if you choose a 1 year program, you only qualify for a 1 year post-graduation work permit? That's 12 months to find a job, gain Canadian work experience, and then qualify for a permanent residency. And it's pretty tight timeline, especially competitive job markets like Toronto or Vancouver. Express entry isn't guaranteed, and it's never. Even with Canadian experience and education, many international students fall short of the comprehensive ranking system score required for the express entry. It could be even the CEC. Why? Factors like age, previous education, or even insufficient language test scores can impact your chances to get permanent residency. And the third thing, there are provincial differences. PR rules may vary by province. For example, in Ontario, you might need a high-paying job offer to qualify for their provincial nominee program. In smaller provinces like Nova Scotia or Manitoba, pathways might be easier, but only if you are willing to settle there long term. Think about someone who chose a 1 year IT diploma in Ontario. Probably they might have assumed that getting PR is easy, but after graduation, CRS score was way too low and his PGWP is about to complete, and he's unable to secure a permanent job. And he ended up moving to Saskatchewan for a fresh start. Let's get real about the costs because this journey isn't just about immigration rules. It's about your life, your finances, and your mental health being. Financial burdens. Tuition fees for international students are often triple what domestic students pay. For example, a 2 year diploma can cost $30,000 or more for international students. And on top of that, you add living expenses, and you're easily looking at around $50,000 to 60 in total that you spend for the 2 year program. And if you don't secure PR within your PGWP period, renewing your visa or landing into alternate options can cost you much more than that. And here's an example of Maria, a student from Brazil, who got a loan to fund her studies in Vancouver. And after graduating, she couldn't find a full-time job in her field, forcing her to take a survival job while trying to meet PR requirements. And the financial strain left her feeling stuck. Constantly worrying about immigration deadlines can lead to anxiety to anyone for that matter. And the pressure to succeed, especially when family members back home are relying on you, can be overwhelming. Unrealistic expectations that many of the students arrive in Canada expecting smooth sailing, but quickly realize they need to hustle harder than ever, whether it's to find a job, network, or meet PR eligibility criteria. Let's understand how the system is changing. Immigration policies are evolving, and what worked 5 years ago may not work today. And there has been more competition. Canada is accepting more international students than ever before, leading to increased competition for jobs than PR pathways. And provinces are focusing more on in-demand occupations. And if your field is not on the list, your PR options may be very limited. And programs like the Atlantic Immigration Program or Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot are opening doors, but only for those willing to live in those smaller communities. And research is your best friend. If you're planning to study in Canada, make sure you understand not just your program but also the PR pathways in the province you are targeting. Always have a plan B. Talk about the consultants who sell this dream. Consultants often oversimplify the process, focusing on the success stories while ignoring the challenges. There are very few set of them who balance both of it, and many don't disclose how immigration policies vary or how competitive the system can be. Once you land in Canada, you're often left to navigate the system on your own, and the consultant is not going to hold your hand there, right? And this is a story of Arjun who was advised by a consultant to study in Ontario without understanding how saturated the job market was. After graduation, he struggled to secure a job offer, and his consultant was nowhere to be found for guidance. It's a terrible thing that could happen to anybody. And let's look at two real life examples. And this is an example of Farah from Pakistan who studied business in Toronto, and she spent about $35,000 on tuition, expecting PR to follow naturally. But after graduation, she faced challenges finding a job in her field. Her CRS score was not high enough for express entry, and she did not meet Ontario's PNP category. And she eventually returned to her home country, feeling disheartened. Of course, this has been happening with many of them of late. And on the other hand, Ahmed chose a strategic approach. He studied nursing in New Brunswick, knowing the province had strong demand for healthcare professionals. After graduation, he secured a job through the AIP and received PR within a year. And what's the difference between both the individuals? Planning and informed decision making, right? And here's how you should approach this journey wisely. Always research thoroughly. Don't rely solely on consultants. Study PR pathways, job markets, and provincial requirements yourself as well. And there is a lot of information available online for you to go and explore. And choose the right province. Avoid overcrowded markets like Toronto or Vancouver unless you are in a highly demand field. Smaller provinces often have better PR opportunities, that's for sure. And you have to certainly focus on the in-demand skills like healthcare, technology, and skilled trades often have faster pathways to PR. And always have a financial plan. Budget not just for tuition but also for living expenses, unexpected delays, and potential renewals as well, for that matter. And once you land here, try to build a support network, connect with the school's alumni, local communities, and mentors who can guide you through the process. The idea that PR is easy through the study route is just a myth. And that does not mean it's impossible. It means you need to be strategic, prepared, and realistic about the challenges ahead. And if you are already in Canada or planning to come, what's been your biggest hurdle or question so far? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear your experiences and help you navigate this journey. And if this video helped you realize and get you the reality of PR in Canada, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's build a community where we support each other with honest, actionable advice. And thank you for watching Great Deal.